Para sa mga confused, hindi sa pag-ibig, kung hindi sa kung ano ang ibebenta or ipangririgalo mo this coming holiday season, this episode is for you. O, di ba? Buti pa ang episode, meron talagang for you, meant to be. So this is fruitcake bars. Because last year, I taught you how to prepare the classic fruitcake. And ang iba sa inyo, meron bang mas easier version? Meron bang mas affordable? Yung mas mabilis papakin, o di ba parang cornic lang na hiwain mo and then pinapapak-papak mo. So this is very, very easy. First, let's start with the dry ingredients. Napakasimple. I have here all-purpose flour. Of course, I'm using La Filipina unchlorinated all-purpose flour. Into the bowl, makikita mo kung ganong kasimple. Kaya meron akong Christmas decor kasi maaga po akong naghahanda, di ba? And this is grated lemon zest. You can also use lime zest. This is baking soda, and this is baking powder. I'm not putting salt simply because I'm using salted butter. If you're using unsalted, maglagay ka ng just a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to put walnuts. This is coarsely chopped walnuts. Pwede din ng kasoy, pwede din ng almonds, or simply kung anong nuts ang makakapagpasaya sa'yo. Ilagay mo dyan. And this is glazed fruits, no? Yung panglagay talaga sa fruitcake. You can also use coarsely chopped prunes, cranberries, raisins, dried mangoes. Ano pa ba ang mga dried fruits available? Apricots, dates. Pwede mo din pagsamasamahin yan kung gusto mo. Pero ako, para less complicated, eto, yung glazed fruits na lang. Bumili ka na lang ng glazed fruits. And then, you just toss them together. Ganyan kasimple lang. Kung may konting buo-buo, i-feel mo, i-experience mo. Pwede mo siyang kamayin ng konti. Yan. Basagin mo lang yung glazed fruits kasi dahil sticky, may tendency na magdikit-dikit. So basically, this is your dry ingredients. Next, let's prepare the sugar mixture, the butter and sugar mixture. Into my mixing bowl, I'm going to put butter. This is the salted butter. This is brown sugar and white sugar. Okay, you just beat it quickly hanggang maging creamy. Alright. And then I'm going to put half a cup of liquid glucose. Alam ko na ang next nyong itatanong, wala po akong makita niyan. Ano po ba ang pwede kong ipalit? You can use, eto na, gagamit ka lang nitong mga to kung talagang wala kang makita. No? Pero you can order this online. Even when you are living abroad, meron po nito, hanapin nyo lang po. Kasi ito talaga ang nagbibigay ng magandang texture, chewiness dito sa ating fruit cake bars. Pero kung talagang wala kang makita, huwag magpaka-stress. You can use corn syrup or even honey. Pero pag honey ang gagamitin mo, kalahati lang ang ilagay mo. Just use 1/4 cup kasi medyo mas matamis po ang honey. O, tingnan mo kung ganong kadikit yan. Diba? Ang sticky, no? Parang ayaw niyang humiwalay. Sana all. Sana all. Ganitong kadikit. At hindi basta-bastang humihiwalay. Ayan, no? Oh, diba? So, liquid glucose. Diba? Oh, yan. O, diba dapat pag may... Yung bago pa lang kayo nagde-date, gumawa kayo ng fruitcake bars para may example kung gaano dapat kadikit, kung gaano kahirap maghiwalay. Diba? So, liquid glucose. You beat it like that, maski yung mixer nahihirapan eh. Diba? Sa sobrang dikit niya. And then I forgot, you're going to put a splash of vanilla extract. Ilagay mo na lang dun sa egg. Optional, Huwag magpaka-stress. Okay, and then you just put the eggs here. Just put the eggs in here. Kung wala kang mixer, you can just use a wire whisk. Medyo stressful lang ng konti lang ha. Kasi nga, sticky yung liquid glucose. And of course, you can always use a hand mixer. No problem. Dahil masyadong madikit ang glucose, makikita mo, no, nahihirapan siyang mag-combine. So, maglalagay lang ako ng konti nitong aking dry ingredients. Just mix it like that. And then, ilagay mo ng lahat. You just beat it 1 to 2 minutes at medium speed until very smooth. And then that's it. Okay. So once it's very smooth, it's ready. Alam ko, may magtatanong, ba't po walang alcohol? 'Di ba? Ba't hindi nyo po nilagyan ng alcohol? Kasi I'm sure, itatanong ng iba sa inyo, paano po yan, ayaw ko pong may alcohol, ayaw ko pong ipakain sa anak ko. So this one, the base itself, wala na talaga siyang alcohol. If you want to put rum or whatever alcohol na nakasanayan mong nilalagay sa fruitcake mo, pwede mo siyang ilagay pag luto na. I-brush mo lang. Okay, look how sticky it is. So you just divide it between 2 pans. Ang aking pan is 8 by 8 square pan. You will notice greased and lined po yan with non-stick parchment paper. Kailangan po talaga ha, greased and lined, no? Hindi po pwede dito, hindi sapat yung i-grease mo lang. Kasi there's a chance na mahirapan kang tanggalin yung bars mo later on pagkaluto niya. So, very important na lagyan mo din ng liner. Perfect timing lang yan kasi you know, October pa lang, kailangan medyo nagpre-prepare ka na ng mga ititinda mo or ipangririgalo mo. Because remember, especially ngayong meron tayong pandemic, medyo mahirap po ang logistics ng mga ingredients, ng mga raw mats. So if you would ask me, the first step is you have to decide, no? You have to decide kung ano yung gusto mong itinda or kung ano yung gusto mong ipangregalo. And then next, you check on the availability of the ingredients. And pinaka-importante, siguraduhin mo din na you have the proper tools and equipment. Huwag ma-stress, di ba? Hindi porket nagtitinda yung kapitbahay mo ng, let's say, caramel brownie, kailangan ganun kabongga na din, no? Kailangan within your means. Kung ano yung kayang i-produce ng facility mo, ng home kitchen mo, yung tamang gamit na meron ka, para hindi ka nasa-stress. Because it's very important that when you are selling, napapasaya ka din ng produkto mo. Finlat ko yan para pantay ang kanyang pag-alsa. Isasalang ko yan at a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven for around 25 to 28 minutes. Do not over-bake it because magda-dry. You want it very fudgy and very moist. So after baking it for around 28 minutes, pinalamig natin. So ito, malamig na siya and pinapasok ko saglit sa freezer. Mabilis na mabilis lang para lang totally cool down, no? But if you have the time, iwan mo lang sa cooling rack, palamigin mo. You don't need to take it out from the pan, no? Habang pinapalamig. Palamigin mo na siya ng nasa pan. And then you can easily take it out. Hilahin mo lang yan. Or what you can do is, using the plastic scraper, you loosen the sides so you can easily take it out like that, no? So the first step is you want to remove the parchment galing sa ilalim, no? And this is the technique when doing that. So you can get another piece of parchment or kahit plastic and then ibaliktad mo lang. Huwag ka matakot, no? Do it with confidence. See? And then what you can do is, using your flat scraper, pwede mong pantay-pantayin yan and then baliktad mo ulit. Diba? And then, ito na din ang ipang-cut mo. So, you can cut it into smaller bars. Just like your brownies and just like any baked product, no, except for breads. Mas sasarap po ito, mas mag-i-improve yung texture if you leave it overnight. Not necessarily i-refrigerator mo. Kahit iwan mo lang sa labas, basta kailangan nasa airtight container. Okay, so you just cut it like that. Pag pang commercial, gumamit kayo ng ruler, ha? Kasi tingnan mo, oh, maliit yung nasa dulo. Akin na lang po yan. Oh, di ba? I'm going to show you the inside, how nice, fudgy, and moist. Di ba? Bongga. O, kitang-kita mo yung walnuts, yung fruit. Talagang fruit cake bars. And if you want to incorporate alcohol, what you can do is, kuha ka lang ng alcohol of your choice. May it be rum, brandy, orange liqueur. I-brush mo lang sa ibabaw. Let's try. Mas masarap pa ito bukas, but I'm sure, masarap na siya ngayon. Alam mo yun, yung parang, ang fruitcake kasi medyo mahal. Yung parang pag binanggit mong fruitcake, yung parang complicated. Yung kailangan mo pang immature, di ba? Eh ito, fruitcake bars. Oh, very easy to make. And very delicious, even without the alcohol. I love it. So ano pang hinihintay mo? Gumawa ka na. Kung pareho kayo ng kapitbahay mong nanonood ng video, why don't you turn your fruitcake bars into cappuccino fruitcake bars by putting a tablespoon of coffee powder and a tablespoon of cocoa powder? Or why don't you make turn your fruitcake bars into orange fruitcake bars by putting more orange, yung candied orange zest, half of that, and then half of the glazed fruits. Or you can turn yours into mango and dark chocolate fruitcake bars. So, walang katapusan ang possibilities. So, I wish you a happy holiday baking. Stay happy and I'm going to see you real soon.